What's up, everybody? It's the poet, the artist, the creator, and energy curator, Drekkia Writes. And today you are tuned in for Art on Arkansas. Today I'm interviewing the Live Maze, aka LiveSosa. He's a videographer and artist. So I'm super excited to see what gems will be dropped today. And thank you all for tuning in. I'm about to go ahead and let him in, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. We are connecting. If you have tuned in, thank you again for your support. You could go ahead and share this video. And if you have questions or comments, you can drop it in the comments below and I will read them out loud. But again, I am Biggie Wright, the Arts and Education Program Manager with the Arkansas Arts Council. This is Art on Arkansas, and we are interviewing the Live Maze. So, hey,
I don't quite know how to work this thing, so
you know, we're in the age of technology, so I need you to get on board, Mr. Videographer.
Am I on though?
You are.
All right, sweet.
So we are live and direct on Facebook. I'm giving people just a little time to go ahead and join in. I've shared this video. I'm giving people just a little time to go ahead and join in. I've shared.
Okay, I'm trying to pull it up. I was trying to share it from your page. I don't see it, but let me try this.
Okay, well, I'm about to share it on my actual page, but it's on the Arkansas Arts Council Facebook page.
Hold on, tap in. Can you still see my face?
No, I can just see the lightning bolt.
Oh, so if I leave away, it does. Okay.
Right.
Okay, Big Daddy Zoom.
Not Big Daddy. Hold on there. Okay.
All right, I think I did.
Let's see if you did a good job this time.
I mean, it's kind of sharing it's sharing like the actual like
the
event link and instead of video. But let me go back to the Arkansas Arts Council.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think it shared your Zoom video.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So hello again, good people. I am Drekkia Writes with the Arkansas Arts Council. This is Art on Arkansas, and we are interviewing Live Maze, who's a native of Arkansas. He's a videographer and artist. So just to go ahead and jump into it, Live, can you please give us a little background about who you are and how you got introduced to the arts?
All right, well, yeah, so I started, I don't know, I just had a love for music. Moms, pops, you know, playing certain stuff in the household or whatever. And then, you know, I just got into making beats. So really I started off making beats in my city. And, you know, that was cool. You know, we was using that. And then I went into songwriting, and that's when I got online with it. And I was putting like free downloads with it. So people would download those songs with hooks on them. And they would release it to wherever they were, you know, whatever city they were in. And those people would, you know, be like, who's that on the hook, you know? And that's how I kind of spawned and got my name out there a lot musically. And through all of that, I love video. I would go get my own videos, you know, filmed. Shout out to Edwin Escobar and D-Day. And I tapped in with a young homie from the town named Quill, and we made some films as well. And always loved it. And I got to a point where I could see our state was really suffering as far as just having like keeping up with other areas and just having dope content. And so I was like, well, I think I can add to that. So I jumped into it full fledged, and here we are today.
Here we are today. Can you let us know, what city are you from?
I'm from Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Fort Smith, Arkansas.
My bad, I had to find a way to prop this up.
Okay, that'll work if that's how you feel comfortable. So you're from Fort Smith, Arkansas. You started off as a songwriter. You started doing your own. Ooh, look at that free advertisement.
Facts.
I hope they gave you a promo code. So you went from writing music, perform your own music, clearly, I assume. Did you write for other people?
Yeah, I did a lot of songwriting. Of course, when you're ghostwriting, there's certain legal documents, you're not supposed to, speak on those things or whatever. But one day, it'll be revealed. A lot of the, big songs that people jammed to radios for years,
Like which song?
You see, I'm not allowed to do this. So. every now and then, like the other day, like Slum Prince, artist out of Little Rock, he, was on the phone with Sean Paul from the Youngbloods, and Sean Paul he was just like, yo, LiveSosa is a genius. Like, yo, like, like every now and then, I'll let that artist tell the public. Because if I tell it, people will be like, oh man, he didn't do that. He didn't write for Chris Brown. He didn't do So I just, hey, what's done is done. I'm happy with me, and when it comes out, it comes out. And it's beautiful. It's better like that too. First time I had met, well, not really. Yeah, no. It wasn't the first time I think I met him. I just didn't understand who he was at the time, Bankroll Freddie. Like, I didn't know him like that. He was at an ATI video shoot that I was shooting in my city. Mm-hmm. But I remember shooting Bankroll Freddie in Ed Dolo's courtroom, that one where he shot it and then they signed like the next day to QC and it just went crazy. Like, I remember him putting up a status. It was like months after. Like, I had been around them, running around, and he was like, hey, LiveSosa does music? Like, he didn't have no clue. Like, he literally had no clue. He was like, yo, this thing is hard. Why couldn't ain't nobody say that? He called me, he's like, bro, why aren't you saying nothing? And I was like, why? What is it that, I'm not, and it's beautiful. It's when it's organic, that's the best way, you know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to, boast your way in. And he blessed me with a record here recently. So when you just, organic, that's the way to do it. That's the way to go.
Okay. And speaking of Bankroll Freddie, he's had a lot of success. And I know you said you started off as an artist and a songwriter, and then you gradually moved into videography. How does it feel, as an artist when you work with somebody and they, they pop off and they explode before you? Like, is there, what kind of energy is there between you and something like that happens?
I hear that a lot too. Like, people will say stuff like, "Live, it should have been you, nigga," or they'll be like, "Hey, ain't you mad that Dolo and Freddie blew up? Woo, man, you was the one, man. You was supposed to be the one, man." And I don't know. I'm so pure, man. I'm so blessed. I just view life just completely different. I would rather if I can assist, and you guys get to live their dream, and I'm still living the majority of mine. Because I think what happens is when somebody does music, people assume that's their life end goal. Like, that's the only thing they're focused on in life. And I think that I haven't told people like, hey, I really like film, or hey, I really want to get into, property, there's other things that make me excited. Renovation. There's other things in life. You can still do music and still have other things that you enjoy. And I'm happy, Honestly, it probably ended up better, to be honest with you, because some of the stuff that I go back and listen to now and look at my image and just everything, you know, I lost a lot of weight. You know, I'm the finest man in Arkansas. You know, there's a lot of different, it's different now. You know what I'm saying?
It's different, right?
At that time, when I was hot and I was on ABC News and shit was going viral and whoop-de-woo, I was also almost 400 pounds. And people would say, well, people love to do this. Well, DJ Khaled made it. Well, Rick Ross made it. You know, and I'm like, nigga, that's 2 people out of a billion. What is he talking about? And then they carried it well. They were confident with them. You know what I'm saying? But even now they've lost weight. And they'll tell you that for health reasons and different things, you can't walk around like that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was an image thing. Your image is so important. It's almost more important than your music, to be honest, especially nowadays. So I couldn't wear what I wanted to wear. Look at me, G, I'm in snakeskin shorts. Come on, man. You boy, what? Come on now, y'all know how much this shirt costs. Quit playing with him. I couldn't put this stuff on. I couldn't fit it. I couldn't wear it. So I couldn't, therefore, artistically, I couldn't even express myself or show you me because I couldn't express it through even my physical, you know, what you could see. So I'm super excited. I'm ecstatic. Love those guys, man. Dolo stuck by me, shot all his videos with me. Even if he goes and shoots with someone right now, I'm not going to be upset. The man showed me so much love and support. We've worked together on a lot of things and made something great, man. And those guys have opened up the doors. You know, a lot of people would like to say everything that I've done is resulted in that, but I want to say truthfully, on a major level, the eyes that are being brought right now, that is Mr. Freddie himself, and you just got to salute it. And you know, hey, you know, facts is facts. You know what I'm saying? Right. So we out here.
And he's from Arkansas as well, right?
Freddie, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's a beautiful thing too, you know, when you can help elevate each other, you know, combine your talents and really make something beautiful. But I really like what you just talked about the importance of image. Like, I don't think people understand how important it is or how it affects the way we think, feel, and behave, because we want something that is aesthetically pleasing. Like, we crave for our eyes to be fed in a way. So when you talk about image, it made me think about how for a lot of people, because we live in this digital world, perception has become reality for a lot of people. So what they see on the internet, what they see about you online, they accept it as the whole truth about who you are in totality. So I kind of want you to talk about how important it is in this industry to create, I guess you would say, a persona to be able to effectively market yourself and elevate in this game.
Right. Well, Jay-Z himself said, and I don't want to cuss, but I'm just going to he may not even cuss, but through the grapevine, this is how I heard it. Passively, that, you know, somebody's either got to, and give me a second to riddle that up, but so he said somebody's got to want to be like you. They've got to want to have your lifestyle, or they've got to want your woman. Right. One of the three, or you may get on, you may be hot for a second, then you get shelled out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may be, you know, you might catch a wave for a quick moment, but if it ain't one of them three, they got to either want to be like you, live your lifestyle, whether that's fake or false, and they got to want your girl, smash your girl, F your girl. I'm not going to cuss right now because of the, you know, platform, but you know what I'm talking about. And it's either one of those, you know what I'm saying? And you know, music is powerful. Don't get me wrong, because you have artists like, I think it was her, like a singer that you never really see her face. I still don't know what she looks like. I mean, she may have already came out and showed herself, but The Weeknd for a while, you didn't know what he looked like, you know. But these guys also had major people behind them and labels and things like that. So, you know, yeah, you got to have one of the three, man. So when it comes to your persona, you know, you don't want to go too far out of, you don't want to go too far away from yourself, because that's when what you have going on outside will eventually lead back into your home as well. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go too crazy. You want to kind of stick to because, and also that goes back to organic and authentic. You can't lose all of that. You can go do a couple of crazy stunts or something to gain some attention, but that stunt needs to be still, I feel like, something that's still within you. You know what I'm saying? Like the other week I flipped the camera and caught it, and people are going crazy about that. But if you've ever filmed with me, I'll be moving and grooving and jerking like that anyway. So that's how some people are on there talking about, there's no way that shot came out clean. And people are like, oh yeah, Live did that. I know he did that, because they know, they've seen me in action. So there it goes back to keep some authentic, I don't know the word authenticality. That may not even be a word, but keep some.
That sounds right. You're an artist. You get to create words.
Facts.
Okay, so do you feel like you've created a persona that helps you in your business?
I would say, my bad. I would say, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've heard certain entities say that me being so real. See, I don't think we've ever had a business owner, because see, a successful business owner, see, that's another thing. Because a lot of times when you're running a business and you got taxes and this and that, you think of somebody in a suit, collar shirt, they're showing up with the coffee, all that. And then here it is, me, I'm so free. I say what I want to say. I do what I want to do. I go where I want to go. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the beauty. Now I have to work really hard, and I have to really focus on, certain parts of my business because of that. Like I can't lag at all of business, because the outscore is I'm just crazy and I'm wild and just, all of these things. So I do have to really hone in, but as I get older, I clean up some things, and I, think about my daughters and think about, okay, out the streets, out of school, now we have a business, and I'm going to try to leave this to them. Can they pick it up and run with it, and it still be reputable, and it still be intact and running, and daddy did good, you know what I'm saying, instead of passing them something they can't mess with, because my personality may not be their personality. They may be more clean cut, Obama wife, and and me running the bolt into the ground or forever lit into the ground is not going to work for them. So you got to keep in mind what you're doing it for as well.
Right. I love that you said that. And before I ask my next question, I want to shout out some people that are tuned in with us. Jarek, hey, he said, my guy, Brody, he's watching. Thank you for tuning in. And to everyone else that's tuned in right now, if you could, go ahead and share this video, because you never know what gems will be dropped that could really change somebody's life. We are with the Live Maze, videographer and artist extraordinaire. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them in the comments below, and I will read them out loud. So you talked about leaving something behind for your daughters. Now, as you do your work now, do you allow them to come with you at any point? Do you ever work with them on how to use the camera, or just introduce them to it in hopes that they'll probably catch on to it and want to continue it?
There will be times, I haven't yet really just forced them into coming on set or anything like that, but I think there will be a time where I hand them a camera and say, let's go out and let's, practice some things. But I don't want to do it to force it on them. I just, if they love it, they love it. Because at the end of the day, my dad, he was a really good basketball player, played at Baylor, won a championship at Westside, and he did make me go outside and shoot jumpers and stuff like that when, and stuff here and there. And I am pretty nice with basketball, but it's not something I can make money or live off of. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to leave something for them that they can actually, you know, possibly live off. You know, so I believe strongly. I know everybody's so big on college and everything, but in this day and age, I feel like you need a skill set and some trades, and speak multiple languages. And from there, I don't think you'll ever be broke longer than a couple of months, you know, to be honest with you.
That's powerful. You know what? I think, and I always say this, when I was in college, people always looked at the arts as a hobby, like something that you just do on the side that you can never really make a living off of. So in my mind, it had been embedded in my spirit that I could not produce a healthy, financially stable lifestyle for myself based on my arts and my talent. So I really like that social media, I think, has provided a platform for people to be able to do that. You know, people are learning more ways on how to monetize their talent. Like there's so many other things that you can do to capitalize on your talent, and therefore you're able to maintain your connection with whatever it is that you do. So I really love that. Glad you get to, wow, Twinkie.
The problem is that, and this is why me and my girl be into it. This is a Twinkie, but it's some type of Caucasian Twinkie. It's got like yellow pudding, mango, something awful inside. It's not just the regular cream. Like I don't know. You can't see it on here, but it's like a pinkish.
It's a healthier option or something?
No, it's just some shit that a nigga wouldn't eat. Like I don't know what's going on, but I'm hungry, so we're in.
Okay, cool. So you know what? I'm just go to my next question.
Pumpkin. That's what it is.
Sounds delicious.
Ew. Only girl. And also, only females eat pumpkin. But I bet I ever catch no man eat no pumpkin anything, and unless it's that booty meat. And then also men that sleep on they like don't know males sleep on their stomach. If you're a male sleep, you need to get rid of him, because how you gonna protect if you laying on your stomach? So that's just something to keep in mind.
So my next question was, what has been some highlights of your career?
I think the whole career is a highlight. I'll break it down. I'm not gonna be difficult, but I think the whole career is a highlight, because literally the things that make me happy now, as I start to understand my position in the universe, same. So like one day I did reach BET. Being Mary Jane had a TV show, and at the time my song ended up on there, and it also played on 106 in Park. And then I also hit ESPN, which was mega back then, but it was a short month because it was Thanksgiving. And so they didn't get it was only like 2 weeks. I think Westbrook or something was going on with Westbrook at that time, but seeing my songs on Bad Girls Club, just getting things like that at the time was amazing. Was incredible. There's probably even way more stuff. And then there's a lot of stuff, man, this transpired. But I think the beauty of it all is being able to do it, still be somewhat healthy, and being able to enjoy and kick it with my daughters, and still go out and film and make money, and just the whole thing's a highlight. And then just to even help people. I'm a Libra, so we like balance, and we like to see people happy, even though that's not possible. So we do expend a lot of energy trying to kind of balance and make everybody happy. But at the end of the day, you can't. And I've had to come to terms with that, and that's very tough. If we're talking on some zodiac stuff, I didn't mean to go right there, go left, but
Libra too, so I love it. I agree.
What sign are you?
I'm a Libra.
Very interesting. But anyway, I don't know anything about other Libras. I just know about me, but
Yeah, all about balance. I definitely agree with that. So just to continue the conversation, let's get a little spicy in here. I need your top 5 Favorite artist, dead or alive, celebrity
Oh,
or local.
thought she was gonna say Arkansas. I was like, I ain't saying none of them niggas' names. No, you said top 5 dead or alive?
Yeah.
Mega artists?
Hey, local or celebrity.
Okay. Wow. That's not something. Hey. Wow. Let me tell you what makes it difficult. For I can't never just answer a question. I got to explain it. This is what makes it difficult. When you want to say Kanye, you can't say Kanye because Kanye will do this. Kanye will give you, like his last album, what was it called?
Donda.
Donda. I was about to say Demo. Donda. The first 3 songs, you're like, maybe 4 or 5, you're like, what is going on? You're like, is this Yeezy point -8? What are you doing? And then get all the way to track 20 through 6, which in this day and age, ain't nobody got time to be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? You finally get there and you're like, wow, this dude is a genius. Listen to these songs. Lord, wrap your arms around young man. You know what I'm saying? And you in. Jonah was a dope one on there. But then I run into issues like that. And then that's why I be wanting to put him 1, can't give him 1. Because it's like he just pisses me off. And then Drake, yeah, he does sound the same for the most part. But I feel like he never really disappoints. There was only 1 tape. I think it was that one where he was sitting on a high skyscraper in the sky or something in Seattle or Canada or Toronto or something. I wasn't feeling that tape. I don't know what he was doing. And then that stuff he did with Future was trash. But, you know, artists, you have to embody everything. That's the sound, the image, the raps, the singing, the music. I would say I would have to go, I'm going to just go Drizzy's in there. I would say Ye is in there. Lauryn Hill.
Interesting.
Juvenile.
Wow.
Man. Jesus, man. I don't know, man. Where did I go? I said Future, Drake. No, I didn't say Future. I'm sorry. Kanye, Drake, Lauryn Hill, Juvenile, and I might. I like the new Jay. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't even give you that 5th one. I can't even. That's all I can name right now.
Wow.
Probably because my brain's messed up. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably not thinking of everybody. You'd want to say R. Kelly, but hell, it's hard to even say his name right now.
Look, I was thinking the same thing.
Like, and then Michael Jackson. So I'll give Michael 6. I'll give Michael 5th, and I'll give Kel 6.
I said 5. We'll go. Artists are always breaking the rules. So okay, that was an interesting list. I'm curious to know why Juvenile.
Because for me, being in like school and I was super young, I remember, the CD craze. Like I still remember that time. And I remember certain artists, you wanted to have their project. Like you would, I forgot Tupac. See, there you go. I knew I was just forgetting people. But I just keep thinking of the people that I went out and purchased. Yeah. And Juvenile was one of those. Also, I feel like he was the spearheaded leader of the whole Cash Money thing. Yeah, Wayne eventually took off, but Juvenile spearheaded that whole thing. And without Juvenile, you don't have Cash Money. Without Cash Money, you don't have Young Money. You don't have Drake. You don't have Lil Wayne. You don't have Nicki. Juvenile was a major, and just even the style with the, you know, how they dress in the camo, just all of that, you know, that whole segment down there in Louisiana, like that was dope.
Okay.
We probably should have said top 5 influence, because then I would have put Dipset and Cameron. I would have put 3 6 Mafia. Juvenile would have been there. From the West Coast, you would have had, you know, Snoop and all them guys. So if we were doing influence, you know, Lil Wayne, you know, Young Thug, Future, you know, if you're doing influence, you know, Travis Scott.
I mean, and this is your list, you know, so if you think somebody is just
Right.
up there, they really rank high to you, then I mean, that's your prerogative. Juvenile, I don't see it.
Juvenile was amazing. And if you notice, all they keep doing is remixing a bunch of his stuff, even his flows. You may not know it, but you have to. He was one of them first ones really to be rapping off beat and not saying stuff that rhymed, and, you know, like Silk the Shocker and stuff like that. So if you just really do the history, you'll see how life-changing Juvenile, when he dropped 400 Degrees, that's top 10, like right there, just off the string.
Okay, I guess. So everybody that's still tuned in, make sure you share this video, drop any questions, comments, or concerns below, and I will read them out. BTG Hollywood said Kanye hard. Agreed. So you named a lot of celebrity folks. Who are some artists that you like here locally?
I think I'm looking for more consistency. Like, there's guys that are dropping, but nobody has projects. Not saying that we need those, you don't. You really just need a hit or 1 or 2 and you can take off. If we're talking just take off. But if we're talking about artistry, where I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, he dropped, I gotta hurry up and get it. C-Mad has some of that. Sometimes I get excited to see that 1100 Fats has dropped. When it comes to albums, we're talking about projects where you can put it in and you can't wait to see what they created. See, that's what we're missing. Like, who in Arkansas, I'm even asking you, when it drops, you're like, oh shit, you damn near want to move your day around because you're like, I've got to listen to this either at the gym, or I got to see what they created, what they came.
You know, like, there is an artist that does that for me. His name is Penn Davis.
Penn Davis. See, I haven't.
Penn Davis. Oh my God. And you know, I've been in the art scene for a long time, so I've heard a lot of people, but when it comes to skill level, he's beyond talented. Like, when he drops an album, because he's dropped, I think he's on his 3rd or 4th album, like he constantly puts out content, but like my mind is always blown because he has a cadence and a flow and a style that's very unique, and he's very intelligent too. So his wordplay and like the imagery and figurative language that he used is out of this world. Like, I'll sit there. He has an album called Penn's Bayou, and majority of the time when I'm interviewing somebody and I ask their top 5, because a lot of people that I know that I interviewed, they know him too, he always makes the list because he's skilled. Yeah, I'll have to send you some of his music.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, young cat, I think he's 25, 26. I know he's younger than me, so pretty talented. Penn Davis. Okay, so you said C-Mad, 1100 Fats.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some females that's dropped some projects too. I like the Fair Michelle. Sometimes I don't say her name right. It's a singer out of Conway. I think of people's projects that Jizzle has. Now, here's one thing I'll tell you right now. He's a major artist, but I'm not gonna lie to you. What QC and them did with Freddie, and I hate to go back to Freddie, but I gotta be honest. I don't know what they did, but that is one of the only actual rap tapes that I can go put in right now and play that and just play it and just ride around and just, it's up. And that don't happen a lot, but that is like one of the only tapes, like that's the best album that I've heard from Arkansas. That last one that he did with the Big Bang, as far as we're talking rap, that was the best one. Like sonically, he had one or two misses in there I felt like were misses, but then again, they grow on you after you know, have it for a while.
Yeah. That
was rap wise. And then R&B wise, I know Chris Eccles has put out some stuff. Everybody's pretty familiar with him. I don't know if we even got any R&B albums. Maybe I'm just asleep, or I don't know. Maybe I'm just asleep or something.
I think we need to go ahead and make a list of Arkansas artists. We have some pretty talented people.
No, I film a million. Like I know everybody, and that may be why I'm having issues right now, because there's so many. Like there's so many names that are going to head, you know, Smurf G, Johnny Boy, Trap. Like I film 1,000 people. Like I just filmed a new guy, YBG Lulu or something. He was hard. I just filmed a Big Block. He was hard. Like there's there's a lot, and I guess I'm just looking to see that catalog get put together.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so you need to be wowed and impressed. You need an artistic project that incorporates all the elements of artistry.
Kind of, but not. It doesn't. It just needs to be you. But you gotta give everything has to be like. It's not necessarily a wow. It's just an interest. You gotta provoke. It's like I gotta want to hear it. Like I don't be wanting to hear anything. You know. I don't know. No, like there's people that have image. They might dress nice, like they might wear like the Alabama and all that stuff, but they're just not interesting. They're just dull. They're boring. Just boring.
Oh wow, gotcha. So my next question, I always like to talk about the importance that the arts has in academics, like being able to expose children to the literary arts, to the visual arts and the performing arts. So how important do you think it is to have the arts in academics and at school?
Oh man, you gotta have it. You gotta have it, man, because I'm telling you, as much as we think that everything's been created and everything's been done and the only thing that can happen is a remake or redo of something, that's just not true. Because and by me saying that that's just not true, I'm saying that to say you don't know what your child or what the young ones of the next generation can create or come up with. So you want to spark their minds. You want to open their minds. I always say, don't think outside the box, think outside of the store. Matter of fact, don't even think outside the store. Think about, you know, where the materials came from to even create the box that the store got. Go out, you know, so no telling, because even though I'm over 1,000 literally video productions in, I still wow myself sometimes. I go out and create something and say, oh, damn, shit, I never did that, you know? And so there's always something, you know, there's always something. So I say it's important to have that. It also keeps them optimistic and keeps their minds open and not so just honed into a video game or a TV or a cell phone. I feel like it just allows, you know, more creativity to come in. So we definitely need those classes for sure.
I agree. I like what you said. It helps keep people optimistic, because I think art is the only thing where you get to like be you and do you, and like there's no real rules to it. Although people may have what they feel it should and shouldn't look like, but literally you get to create what it is that you want. I do poetry. When I'm doing poetry, I know I get to write what I want. I get to word things how I want. I get to describe situations how I want. Like it's literally mine. And I think we all crave that autonomy here in life. So, and I think art gives you that. It gives you the freedom to think outside the box, to be critical, to be unafraid, and not to live in such a structured way. Because I think we get taught how to think. No, we get taught how to behave, how to react to things, but we don't get the freedom to choose how we want to interact. you know,
Right.
and create. And you're right, like as much as we think that everything has been created, there's so much more that can be made and can be done. Because I just think about how technology has evolved, and with technology, the arts is important. I think we used to have floppy disk. Now we have Bluetooth. We can airdrop things. We can use a flash drive, emails. Like we can send things through airways.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So just think how big that is, to have that kind of thought that you can create a system that's going to affect how people deal with life. Like we have Wi-Fi. I'm able to talk to you right now on this platform, and you somewhere else in the world. I'm on a totally different side, and we're here communicating with each other, and then communicating to the world too. That took some creativity. That took art. Like everything is art.
Right.
Literally. So it's definitely important to have arts. Do you feel like there was an emphasis on arts in school when you were in school?
Just drawing, like it wasn't. Nah, not really. I mean, it was there, but it was there. But then again, you know, this is Arkansas, and we didn't have Hollywood, or we didn't have videos and movies and things like that going on. So, I mean, even if it was there, you know, you would go to get into that, but wouldn't nobody really even believe in. Your parents wouldn't even consider that a dope grade or cool, because there was no way to make money off of it. Like you could go to drama class, but if your parents didn't have money to send you off to a city that you could, you know, use your skills in, then, you know, what was that? You know, a waste. You know, that's how they felt. Because of course, when something's never been done, it seems impossible until somebody does it. So.
Ooh, that was powerful. I like that. I like how you said that. Dang. So even if we had it, it's just like, do we have the culture and the industry, the infrastructure to cultivate that talent?
No.
Man.
And that's what I've done. That's what I feel like. Somebody said the other day, like, Live, you're the reason that Arkansas is acting so Hollywood right now. And they don't like that people are acting so Hollywood. And I'm like, how am I the reason for that? That people are acting Hollywood? You know, if they want to act Hollywood, they want to act Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is what? And they explained it with the visuals, giving everybody visuals, and now they can see themselves. That's a big part of your image. You need to be able to see yourself. Once you see yourself crystal quality, and you get to move and how you work, and let's just say you actually like it. Yeah. You're going to do yourself a lot different. You're going to see yourself a lot different, and you're going to act different. Maybe that's what they mean by that, you know what I'm saying, as far as that goes, you know. But I would say I don't want to be the one that people are blaming for people acting Hollywood like that. but I will say that I have created a culture. Now that I'll grab that and say, yes, sir. Created a culture here where all creators, have you seen some of the visuals, and everything's starting to look better? A lot more people are not, you know, breaking out of their fear, and they're like, I'll come be in that film, or I'll come act, or I'll come, you know, do whatever. Like, I feel like everybody's like, you know what, if I can do it, we can do it. Let's go. Everything looks better now. All the directors, the films, the audio, the engineering, the art, everybody had to step it up. And I feel like, yeah, I'm a big part of that, created the culture. So now I'm about to host a little school. We always say little when we're Black, because we always try to diminish it like it's not big, but I'm going to create a class next summer, and I don't care what age. You can come, and I will show you how to work a camera. I will teach you what everything in it means. And, you know, try to, you know, even acting, I'll show them a couple of things that I picked up over the years. You know, I'm not no scholar, but I'll show that. And I feel like they'll be able to use that, because the culture's changing here. In 10 years, I feel like a lot of movies will be getting shot here. For one, permits. We don't have a lot of things prohibiting you to film here yet. And the reason why is because there's not enough money being generated off of it. But if 4 or 5 LiveSosas running around, the city would be like, okay, we need to put a hammer on this. We need some type of ordinance. And then there would be like a permit or something that you'd have to acquire. But, you know, right now you can pretty much come here, and if you can get permission from whoever owns the property, you can film all day. You can film a whole movie. That's why they go to the New Orleans to film. That's why they go to Tulsa to film. They just got done shooting a mega film out there with Leonardo DiCaprio and somebody else literally like a week ago. It may not even be finished yet, but nobody knows they're doing it. But it's being done right there in Tulsa, you know. So, you know, it's, yeah, once the culture, now the culture is different, I feel like those classes are important more than ever now, you know, more than ever.
I agree. And I think people want to learn that too. So when you have a skill set that people can learn from, it's good to package it up and give them your big class that you'll be creating so that they can learn and grow, because what you're doing is basically helping raise the standard and inspire people and give them inspiration. Because again, because we don't have a big artist scene and kids don't get to see that, sometimes it's not something that people aspire to do because they don't really see it. Like they just see it on TV and it seemed like so far-fetched. But right. You have a select few that like really are like, oh, you know, I'm an artist. I like this. I know I can cultivate it, and I might just have to go outside my city to do it, you know? Right. When I lived in Atlanta and I realized like, wow, the art scene, totally different. Like promoting my event was not difficult. I went there not knowing people and still was able to pack out a show on pre-sales. Now here, I would be scared.
You're good. I had to make your picture bigger on my thing. You're pretty.
Thank you. I try to be decent. So again, do you have any upcoming projects coming?
Yeah, it's time for me. I shot a film for C. James last year around this time called Nice Guys Finish Last. I want to say they're starting to wrap up the audio process of it and get it ready for distribution. But I want to shoot my own film constructed from ground up for me. And I haven't decided if that needs to be lifestyle, horror, documentary. I don't know yet, but I want to start that. So that's what I want to do this November. I'm already going to go ahead and block off a week or two to do that. If not get the entire movie done, get some type of, you know, minute or 40 or something that you know, spawns me to say, okay, Live, you got to go get this done. You got to go finish this. So try that this November. And then musically, I have an album called No More Sundays that I'm going to put out February is what I'm looking to do. And that's really it for me. I'm just chilling.
No more Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. February 2022, coming to us live.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's some advice you would give any upcoming artists?
Some advice?
Yes, they need some good advice.
Don't be a stick in the mud, man. Like even if you think you're corny, somebody out there is gonna like your corniness. Promise you. Don't be a stick in the mud, man. And be, you know, they always say the term "stay dangerous." And this is me talking to the streets. Yeah, you do want to do that, but I say stay dangerous, but you don't have to play offense to be respected. You don't have to play offense to win. You know, you can win just off of your defense. You know what I'm saying? So just chill, you know, stay out the way. Focus on you. Focus on your career. Don't get caught up in the social media. Don't get caught up in, you know, and another thing, you know, a lot of artists, when they first start off and they start to, you know, get a little buzz, they ended up having to go to jail. They end up getting somebody pregnant, or they just never had their foundation intact from the get-go. And when you don't have your foundation intact, you can't move around. A lot of people don't know it, but for probably a good 8, maybe more years, I was doing RHA work. I mean, that's like the residential home aid or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't afraid to say it. I mean, yeah, I did this and did that here or there, little things you ain't supposed to do to get some money around him, you know what I'm saying? But I was pretty much honed in on taking care of my baby and trying to get my foundation, because once you have that, you can leave house for 3, 4, or 5 days. You can go to Atlanta. You can go to, once you got home taken care of. A lot of guys be trying to move and home ain't taken care of. And when it's not only can you not focus on what you got going, but I just don't believe the universe is gonna bless you, period, because you're not working in the right confinements of it. You're not rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see you being that prosperous. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely want to, watch out for that. Take care of home, and try not to get nobody pregnant. If you get them pregnant, hey, you gotta get your base intact, you know what I'm saying, before you can really just hop out like that. But don't give up, and remember to stay consistent. And there's ways to do that. I know I'm kind of jumping back and forth here, but there is ways to stay consistent. One way is, if you can't afford a LiveSosa video 3-4 times a month, get it once a month. And then throughout the month, do photo shoots. People don't realize how cheap photo shoots actually are. There's a lot of photographers out here that can give you good stuff. Go get you a fit or two, and go do something dope. Go to the golf course and take some pictures. Go to the streets. Go to the mall. Just catch me here on the bus. Take some pictures, man. Post it. Keep content coming. You can. Just stay in tune with your audience. Let them know you're working. Let them see you. Let them feel you. That's the big thing.
Yeah. Something else I don't think you talked about, but you have a facility where people can film?
Yeah, it's the Arkansas Film Building. It's actually building 2. The first one was in Fort Smith, but I had to shut that one down. So this is actually number 2, but yet number 1. So the Arkansas Film House is what we call it, in South. It's over there in Little Rock, and we got a few rooms there. We got a lot of different lighting. We can build in there. Anything you can really pretty much dream up, we can make happen. We're about to do the big white walls in there, big ramp walls, and just give people a place they can come create and film.
Okay, so the Arkansas Film House is available for artists to use to create content, and
it doesn't have to be me creating. It doesn't have to be me creating content. Photographers, if you need a space, if you have some ideas or what have you, hit me up.
All right. And how can the people contact you?
You can just go to foreverlit.com. That'll bring you to the Facebook, or you can go to the Instagram. It's at Forever Lit Films, or at LiveSosa anywhere. LiveSosa.
All right. Well, was there anything else you want to add before we tune out?
No, I'm good, man. It's been a blessing for having me. Hopefully I didn't talk your head off. And shout out to the Art Council, Arkansas, and beautiful future ahead, man. Blessed for sure.
Yeah, always. Well, thank you again. I enjoyed having you. Thank you to everybody that's been tuned in for Art on Arkansas. We were with the legendary, extraordinaire Live Maze. Make sure y'all check out the Arkansas Film House so you can create some content, or book Mr. Live Maze himself to shoot a video or help you create content. But thank you again for tuning in. If you did not get to see the whole video, this video will be posted after we end it. So go back and watch it and see all the gems that were dropped. Peace.